Ms. Bernie. How did that go?
It didn't.
Okay.
And so
Right.
we weren't really able to make any progress. So I think the court is going to have to hear at least from Mr. Johnson. He had some procedural, I guess, concerns as well as, concerns related to the petition. So.
Okay. All right. Mr. Johnson, Ms. Johnson, if you both raise your right hands for me, take yourself off mute. All right. You swear affirm testimony you're about to give in this petition for a TPO is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Ms. Johnson?
I do.
Mr. Johnson?
I affirm.
All right. Is it just the two of you or is there any witnesses, Ms. Bernie?
No witnesses, Your Honor.
All right. What about you, Mr. Johnson?
We're allowed to use witnesses in this case?
Do you have any witnesses?
I do.
Where are they?
Right here.
They can't be in the same room with you. Are they going to have firsthand knowledge?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, we'll hold them to the, send them out of the room. They can't be in there with you.
Go out of the room. Go out of the room.
All right, Ms. Bernie, you want to waive opening and just go straight into testimony?
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. I think we probably need to take up Mr. Johnson's procedural
Okay.
issue regarding service.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Johnson. I'll hear from you. Go ahead.
Well, my issue was I never was properly notified about any of this or anything going on. I didn't know about the procedure or anything. I came to my home and there was a piece of paper lying on the ground, and I looked at it and saw it had my name on it and a court date, and so I was real confused about that. I immediately contacted my lawyer and told her that I saw something and didn't know about it or whatever, didn't know what it was about, or just by happenstance saw something on the ground. And I was like, is this something serious? Is whatever? And my girlfriend.
I want to hear about your girlfriend.
No, I'm saying she read through the document to me. You know what I'm saying? I read through it and looked through it or whatever. I never actually looked at the document and stuff myself. So she read through it, showed me what's going on, told me the content of it and stuff like that. And
Can you? So why didn't you read? Why didn't you read it? Why didn't you read it?
Because I don't want to read anything that I'm not supposed to have or I don't know about. So because it wasn't placed, anything wasn't given.
Okay, so according to this affidavit, which too bad you should have read it. According to Mr. Braisman, he personally served you.
He did not.
4:45.
He did not. Nobody personally served me anything.
According to
It was a
him.
blatant lie.
Okay, well, according to him, he served it. It's filed here, and there's an affidavit for him that he did. So
I'm disputing that 100%.
okay, well, do you have it here?
You said what, ma'am?
Looks like it's a valid affidavit that he served you here.
That's fine. I'm telling you,
You found it on the ground because he said he placed it at your feet.
He did not. That is a lie, Your Honor. And I will testify to that unsworn on the oath that I never got anything.
I mean, you're testifying to it right now. We said it
Yes,
testified it near the hands and feet of you while located at. Looks like there's been proper service. So
that's completely untrue, Your Honor.
Okay, well, we're going forward. Anything else?
Yes, ma'am. What I was saying, yeah, that I went through that, and so you want me to discuss the contents of it, or how do you? I don't really understand how to proceed.
That's your only procedural question you had?
Yes, ma'am. I never received it. I was never served that order properly, and I did, so I wasn't aware about the court hearing. And there was something said about a previous court hearing or whatever where this was.
I don't know about that, but you're here. So how'd you get this Zoom link if you didn't know?
Yes, ma'am. I saw it's on the front page. I saw the link, saw the thing. Like I said, my girlfriend picked it up and read it to me.
Okay, well, we're going forward with the hearing. So now would you like an opportunity to speak with Ms. Bernie or no? No,
let's go forward with the hearing.
Okay, go ahead, Ms. Bernie. He's all in.
All right.
Love it when we're all in. Let's go.
Ms. Johnson, you're married to Brian Johnson, is that correct?
That is correct.
Whoop, He said he had a girlfriend. There we go. We're going downhill right now.
And prior to May or June of 2021, how would you describe the status of your marriage?
Well, very unstable. We were married in 2009, and in the first few years it was fine, but we had a lot of issues, a lot of control issues, and we just decided to part our ways, and he moved out, and he's been out for 3 years.
Okay, so he moved out 2018 or 19?
About 2018. It's been 3 years. So he moved out into June, July. I believe it was 2018.
Okay. And you all have lived in a bona fide state of separation since 2018?
That is correct.
Okay. And do y'all have any children together?
We have one daughter. She is 6 years old, Blair Johnson.
Okay. And you filed a TPO against Mr. Johnson, is that correct?
That is correct.
Did you have an opportunity to read the petition before it was filed?
I did.
Okay. And are the allegations contained in the petition true?
They are.
Okay. Let's take a minute and go through the petition. You stated in paragraph 4 on June the 6th that he came to the house and he took security cameras down.
That is correct. He does
Okay.
that. He comes to the house. He takes down the security cameras that I have in place.
Okay. Was your daughter present during that time?
Sometimes she is, sometimes she isn't. At that particular day, she was not there.
Okay. All right. And then you also allege in your petition that in May that there was a physical altercation, and that's really what the court wants to hear about. So tell the court what happened.
So in May, Brian was upset that I was dating someone, and that person was doing my yard, doing the landscaping on the home that I still currently live in.
Which is the marital residence, right?
Yes, which is
the one that he moved from back in 2018.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
Since 2018, I've been living there, maintaining the home, the residence, bills, everything. Then when a few weeks before that, I did explain to him, he came to the house. He was upset that somebody was doing the grass, the yard. He said, next time you need to let me know. You need to ask me for permission and tell me, ask me for permission, and I give you permission if someone can do the yard. So 2 weeks fast forward, I told him that the person I was dating was coming and he would be doing the yard. So he was aware, and I didn't ask for permission, but I did let him know. And so then the day came, and when he FaceTimed our daughter, he saw my friend's child, and I guess that alerted him that, hey, this guy must have stayed the night in the home. He then texted me that I was out of line, and then the next thing I know, he's coming through the garage door. He didn't go, no ring the doorbell, just barging through the garage door, and he said, "Yeah, I need to talk to you right now." He, my friend walked outside. I guess Brian didn't notice. Brian came again. I said, "Where he at? I need to talk to him right now," And so then they proceeded and they went outside. They exchanged words to what I don't, I wasn't out there. I don't know what they said. It's just hearsay. Basically the gist of the conversation is hearsay, and what it was that he told him he could no longer stay in, he couldn't come to the home anymore. This is his home, and that my friend couldn't come anymore. My friend told him, "No, I am." So they had no physical altercation. So at that point in time, I guess when he asked my friend, "Are you comfortable now? You comfortable? You got enough space? You good? You good?" And so my friend said, "Yeah." And I think once he told Brian that he wasn't going anywhere, then Brian started to advance, and my friend took 2 steps back. He retreated, and then he showed Brian that he had a firearm. Like, he lifted his shirt up, or showed his hip. And then Brian ran in the house and was screaming, cursing, and I guess in the midst of all of his, the excitement and the anger of the situation, he decided to punch holes in my bedroom walls.
Okay, so was it Brian that punched the holes in the wall?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so it sounded like from your testimony, you're saying that he took the first steps toward the other person that was at the house.
That is correct.
Okay. Was there any intervention by anybody? Were the police called?
The police were called. When the police came out, of course, when the police arrived, I was already outside with my friend. Brian came outside and told the police, "What are you doing?" I called him, talked to me. The police said, "I got it, sir." And he proceeded to talk to my friend. Once he talked to him, he decided he wanted to talk to me as well to figure out what the situation was. And then another officer came and started to talk to Brian, and also Brian's girlfriend, who also came with him. that day.
Okay.
They both, at that time, the cop pretty much said that, my friend was very much within his rights, because but they both got, Brian had received a simple assault charge, because, Brian felt threatened, but my friend also felt threatened. So he received a simple assault charge. And at that time, when the
okay,
cop
hold on.
Mhm.
I'm gonna see if the screen share work. Show you what I marked as Exhibit 1. You recognize this document? Can you see it? Is it on the screen?
Just your files on the screen. I don't see anything yet.
It says I'm sharing it.
You gotta click on, yeah, it's on, there you go, now it is.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes,
Okay. All right. Do you recognize this document?
I do.
What is it?
It's the police report.
Okay. And is this from the date that you were just describing in your testimony? Can you hear me? Oh, I think she froze.
Yeah, I think so.
Ms. Johnson?
Yeah, I think she froze up too.
I just sent her.
Yeah, she may have to come back on.
Yeah. I'm texting her to see if she's reconnecting.
Okay.
I guess this is the only bad thing about technology.
This is. The best thing is the mute button.
Okay, she's
Mhm.
trying to reconnect.
Got her. You're on mute, Miss Johnson. There you go.
I'm here. I'm so sorry. My phone, the temperature got too hot on my phone.
Okay. So you identified this police report as from the incident that you were describing. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. Move to admit.
Any objections, sir? Take yourself off mute. Any objections?
That this is a, you asked me if this is, do I agree that this is the police report?
Do you have any objections to this being admitted into evidence?
The police report, no, ma'am.
Okay, it's admitted.
All right. And for the court's information, the document is certified.
All right, thank you.
All right, Ms. Johnson, I'll also show you. All right, can you see that, Ms. Johnson? You're on mute.
Yes, I can.
Okay. You recognize P2?
Yes,
And what is P2?
that is my bedroom and the 3 holes that Brian punched in the wall.
Okay. And are these true and accurate photos of what you just testified to?
Yes,
Okay. And can you see P3?
yes,
Okay, and that's a close-up of the same holes that were punched in the
Hole.
wall?
that
Okay,
is correct.
all right. Move to admit P2 and P3.
Any objections? Any objections?
No, no, yeah.
Okay, it's admitted.
Okay. Now, Ms. Johnson, in your petition, you also describe prior incidents of violence by Mr. Johnson. Can you tell the court what happened?
We had an incident about last June, I believe, where we had a disagreement over a used bike that he said that I knew where the whereabouts were, and I did not. So he told me I was a liar. He said, "I will kill you, bitch," which is normally, you know, when he's upset, that's what he says. He calls me trash. I'm weird. I'll kill you. During that incident, we were close up on each other's face, and he had his hand in my face and he spit on me. And like when he was so close, he was spitting on me. And when I moved his hand, I moved his hand out of my face, and we started tussling on the steps. To protect myself, I did try to grab, like we were on the steps, so I tried to grab anything that was on the wall, and I started to hit him with it so he can get off of me. He pinned me down. I started to kick by anything to get myself from underneath him. He pinned me down to the ground. At that point, his cousin, our mutual friend, came out of the room and said, let her go, like she can't breathe, let her go, Brian, let her go. And she said, I tried to pull him off of me, and he didn't, until she was like, Brian, like my heart, I can't take it, let her go. And then he finally let me go.
Okay, and that's what you described in paragraph 5 of your petition, where you said he threatened to kill you, he pinned you down with his forearm, it made threats to kill you, etc.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, and were the police called at that time?
For that incident, no, ma'am.
Okay. And have you initiated any contact with Mr. Johnson since you filed this petition?
Since I filed this petition, no.
Okay. And has Mr. Johnson initiated any or made any contact since he was served with the petition?
He just, well, he had, since he's been served on Sunday, he did come to the residence on Monday to pick up a package from the home.
And this was after he was served?
Correct.
Okay. And tell the court what you want to tell the court about Mr. Johnson. Do you feel threatened by him in his presence?
I do feel threatened by him because I feel if something doesn't go his way, or he's not in control of me or the situation, then his behavior is very unstable. I'm very fearful because I don't know what he's going to do, when he's going to do it. I don't know what is going to upset him, what's not going to upset him. I can't even walk in my home without the alarm going off, so he can know when I'm home. There is, the trackers on our daughter's phone. So whenever she's with me, he knows exactly where we are at all times. It almost feels like I can't live my life without him knowing every single thing that I'm doing.
Okay. Now you've talked about the violence and the threats made against you. Has he exhibited any of this behavior towards your daughter?
No.
Okay. So you don't have any concerns that he will harm her. The real concern is towards you.
Right. None at all. Him and Blair loves her father. She loves him. That's never an issue.
Okay. And are you asking for the court to enter this temporary protective order?
Yes, I am.
Against him? Okay.
Yes,
And
I am.
you're not asking for the TPO to apply to your daughter Blair, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay. What do you want the court to do with respect to Blair? Well, let me start here. Do y'all have any sort of parenting schedule in place already?
There's no schedule in place. It is some days I know when I'm going to keep her because he drops her off. We've been trying to communicate a schedule, but it's off and on. And even if it's my time with her, he'll still pop up to the house and have his time with her as well. And he said he can see his daughter anytime he wants to, and he can come to his house anytime he wants to. So even if it is something that we try to set in place a schedule, he'll pick her up and he'll spend time with her, even if it's my day or my time.
Okay. So basically he just does what he wants to do.
Yes.
Okay. And so are you asking the court to enter a sort of a temporary schedule?
Yes, I definitely want schedule. There needs to be boundaries set in place. We need to respect each other's space and each other's time. Our child needs consistency. We need consistency, and that's what I would like.
Okay, and what schedule are you asking for the judge to put in place?
If we can have alternating weekends, would be fine. A Thursday to Sunday. And then, Sunday to Thursday is what I would like to be in place.
Okay.
And for us to have a mutual, a location where we don't have to see each other, party that can intervene and keep Blair in a public space, so that we don't have to be around each other.
Okay, well, the TPO is issued. You're not going to be allowed to have contact anyway. So what you're saying is you want designees to be able to do the exchange with Blair.
Yes.
Okay. And in your petition, you also asked for temporary child support. Has he been providing any child support at all for Blair right now?
He has not.
Okay. Tell the court how much, what is your current income? How much money do you make?
Currently, I make $30,000 a year.
Okay. What's your hourly rate? Is it?
$13.50, I believe.
Okay. Okay. Is that on the screen? I'm sorry, I can't tell.
Yes, my pay. It's highlighted. It's just you just need to click on it.
Okay. I apologize. Sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. On my screen, it's open already.
I think you just need to drag the open file over to that screen.
Did that do it?
No, because what's showing is I think a couple of your clients' names.
Okay.
There you go. That must have opened in a different screen. Drag whatever opened up over to in front of that.
Okay.
There you go. But it just had it.
Okay. Is it gone now? Or
Yeah, it's gone now. Where you just
Okay.
moved it, it was there.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I get this right. Sometimes I don't. Okay, is it there now?
No, not yet.
Okay, what about now?
No.
Okay, I'll just have you testify to it. So your hourly rate is, you said, $13.50 an hour?
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay. Do you know what Mr. Johnson's income is?
I do
Approximately?
not know.
Okay.
I do not know.
All right, and you work approximately 40 hours a week?
That is correct.
Okay. Thank you. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Mr. Johnson, you have any questions?
The questions, man?
Right. Any questions for her?
For Sharika or?
Yes.
Okay. Let me think about it for a second. I'm not very familiar with the court process, so I'm trying to kind of learn as I go and take in everything. I have a couple of. Is this the point in the trial where I can dispute what she says, or would I do that?
If you have any, right now if you have questions for her, you can ask her a question.
I don't have anything to answer.
All right. All right. Anything else, Ms. Bernie?
Sorry, I was muted. Nothing else, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson. I'll hear from you.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So, she covered a lot of ground and a lot of different things. If the court could just, as I take my time trying to remember everything that was said and all the allegations, I want to kind of run them down one by one. First off, majorly the problem with me being violent. I want to address that directly. I've never in my life touched her. I've never in my life put my hand on her. I didn't threaten her. I'll speak specifically to the incident that she directly responded to about there being a violent situation. I came in my home and just asked her where was an exercise bike. It was during the pandemic. And so I was trying to stay in shape at home or whatever because the gyms were closed. So we had an exercise bike, and I asked her where's the exercise bike, because it was in the garage the last time I placed it. And then she said she didn't know where it was or whatever. And I was like, but it was here, like you had access to it or whatever. It was here, so where did it go? And she's like, I don't know. It was a long time ago. So I just asked her about the thing, and she started yelling at me. And she was all the way at the top of the stairs. I was at the bottom of the stairs. There may be 15, maybe 12, 13 stairs or whatever in the home, going from the first level to the second level. She came down all those stairs, and I went up. She came down 8 of those stairs. I went up 3 or 4. We met on a plateau in the middle. And I told her, I was like, stop yelling and screaming at me. You can't yell and scream at me. That's unnecessary. And as she began to continue to scream at me or whatever, she got in my face. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? I ain't scared of you. Like being very, very confrontational. I'm not in any way, shape, form, or fashion trying to have any type of physical altercation or anything with her. She kept screaming in my face, yelling in my face. I told her, stop yelling at me and get out of my face. She proceeded to grab a picture off the wall, hit me in the head and face with the picture, and cuts on my body. Then she started punching and screaming. I'm trying to grab her arm and restrain her from attacking me. She continued to hit me, punch me, kick me. As she did so, I restrained her arms by her wrist and stopped her from hitting me. Then she started kicking me. As she kicking me, I grabbed her legs and pinned her and got on top of her to stop her legs from kicking me and restrain her arms from hitting me. The third party who was in the home, who will not in any way, shape, form, or fashion, if we can subpoena her as a witness, validate any of her claims. The only person in the home who saw what was going on can testify, and I'm 100% for that. That third person say what they saw, whatever. But she did not have to tell me to do anything. She came and she was like, I talked to her the whole time. I was like, I got her. I'm just stopping her from hitting me. I'm restraining her from hitting me. I got her. I'm not hurting her. I'm not going to hurt her. I'm sitting on her legs and holding her arms because she's punching and kicking me. And I'm telling her, stop it, because I'm not about to get in any type of violent situation with a woman of any kind, because that's not my character. She as I was holding her arm, she bit a plug out of my stomach. I have pictures of that. where she bit a plug out of my stomach, and I'm telling my cousin, I'm like, man, she's biting me. And my cousin have a dialogue the whole time. I'm like, she just bit a plug out of my stomach. And then so I was like, Shay, get her and remove her. I do my best to avoid her. I don't like being around her in the same vicinity, in the same I don't like her in my personal space. I avoid her at all times because she has these delusional reactions and statements to things that I don't want any part of, because I know how this can look for a male. I know how this can look when a woman cries violence and stuff like that. I haven't done anything to her, so I make sure to keep myself out of those situations, but she initiates and engages me consistently. That's not the first time she hits me. She also assaulted me prior to that when I came to the house about another issue, and she hit me. And so she's assaulted me at least 2 or 3 times. I don't file police reports about anything because that's not what I do. So I don't have it's not a police record about them, but she has definitely attacked me on multiple occasions as the aggressor or whatever. And I never do anything but restrain her. Ma'am, I am 6'2", 280 pounds. I'm a very large man. I do not have any type of youthful strength of any kind to do anything to that woman. So that's a blatant lie. And like I said, the third party who she claims would, as a witness the thing, told me verbatim that she does not agree with her account on the statement and would say so. The home, let's go back to the beginning like they did. The home was never vacated. Me and Ms. Johnson agreed in 2017 that our marriage was not working. It was not going anywhere, it was not processing, and we should mutually separate. In doing so, we cannot continue to cohabitate in the same space. So what I decided was I will go and get a secondary residence in addition to my home. In addition to the shared property, I will get a secondary apartment so we don't have to be up under each other and can live our own separate lives and do things the way we want it. I want my own space to be able to do what I want to do, not a space that's shared with her, because I can't bring, if I want an entertaining company, I can't do that in a home that we both mutually own together. That's disrespectful if I bring a female or whatever in that home or whatever and try and have a relationship functioning out of that home. So I got my own separate place, a secondary location to be able to run as I see fit. And so in doing so, I never in any step or phase of this said, this is your home, I'm leaving it, I'm whatever. No, I still continue to come over daily or about every other day. I continue to sleep there. I continue to come take naps in the middle of the day. I will come pick up my child. I come and build, we come do posters, we do projects together. I'm in and out the house. I still maintain the property. I still cut the grass. I still service the yard man. I still have all my stuff stored there. I still have music equipment. I have clothes. I have gardening equipment. My grandparents are hanging on the wall. I still have my pictures of myself and my mother on the wall. I still fully have 100% access and use of that home. I still come over for dinners, for different things like that at times. Thanksgiving dinner, 2020, like that. I carved the turkey. We still jointly function at home. It has never been I totally removed myself from that situation and vacated it. I've never vacated that home. I still paid the mortgage on the home from 2018 until 2019 when me and Ms. Johnson mutually agreed.
So I really just want you to respond to the violence. You guys ain't got a divorce and y'all need one. I mean, I don't care about you paying the bills. I just want you to respond to the allegations of violence.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Well, we'll go back to the violence. I never touched her. I didn't hit her at all. I did not curse her out or nothing. I didn't say anything to her out of the way. I did not put my hands on her physically. I did not touch her at all beyond restraining her wrist from punching me. I was being assaulted and attacked violently, and to stop that, I'm being hit with a picture frame with glass. I'm being punched. I'm being kicked, and a plug was bitten out of my stomach. And there's a witness there that saw all of this.
All right, you've said that twice now. Anything else you want to tell me?
Anything else I want to tell you concerning violence or anything else?
About the allegations she's made.
Well, I was trying to respond to the allegations about the home or whatever, and I didn't. And you
well, I mean, who pays the mortgage? I don't really care. This ain't a divorce hearing. It's just about the violence. What else? Anything else about the allegations that she made?
Okay.
Anything else about the allegations she made? I mean, I don't care who owns the house. Y'all need to get a divorce.
Yes, ma'am, we do, and I filed for divorce, and it hasn't been served through the court. I filed two times, and I just went in last week to get the process, divorce papers process even faster or whatever. I'm trying to stay on them about that, but the violence is total. Her allegations of violence are total lies. I've never touched her. I've never assaulted her. I've never done anything to her in any type of violent way at all.
Ms. Bernie, you have any questions for him?
Sure do.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Johnson, you were charged with simple assault, is that correct? In May of 2021?
Yes.
And isn't it true that those charges are still pending?
Yes. Can I speak to that incident, Your Honor?
Well, no, it's my opportunity now, so.
Well, I wasn't aware
well,
that I had to.
Well,
Answer her question, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
now you also testified that Ms. Johnson was punching and kicking you and bit a plug out of your stomach. Did you seek any sort of medical treatment?
It's a plug in my stomach. It's not a gunshot wound, ma'am. It heals.
So my question is, did you seek medical treatment?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And you didn't call the police?
No, ma'am.
And you don't have any physical evidence of
I have pictures of it.
of that?
I have a picture of it. Would you like it?
No.
Oh, I bet you wouldn't. Okay.
And you also admitted that you left the home and secured a secondary residence. Isn't that correct?
The judge just informed me that we're not here to talk about the home. So
Answer
I'm
her
confused.
questions.
I don't understand this, Your Honor. I don't understand why.
Sir, I didn't want to hear about who paid the mortgage. Just answer her questions.
Your Honor.
That's all I have.
Johnson, I don't care who pays the mortgage. She's asking you a question. If I think it's not relevant, I'll tell her to stop asking.
Yes, ma'am. What's the question?
You testified that you secured a secondary residence. Isn't that correct?
Yes.
And you also testified that you come to the house to take naps in the middle of the day. Isn't that correct?
I come to the house at all types of times to do everything.
Okay. When you come to take naps in the middle of the day, Mrs. Johnson is not at the residence. Isn't that correct?
Whether she's there or not, that's not my concern.
Okay.
I come to my home that I own.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else, Miss Bernie?
No, would you like closing arguments or did you?
Sure, go ahead. You give me closing.
I'll let Mr. Johnson go first and I'll defer.
Go ahead, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, how much money do you make a month?
A month?
Uh-huh. Before taxes.
Now I'm calculating now. 2,400. Can I speak to the financial?
Do you give Miss Johnson any child support?
The child stays with me out of most of the time. She's with me more than her mother. She stays with me maybe 4 or 5 days a week, and I provide for everything.
Johnson child support?
No, ma'am, I do not give a child support because I support the child directly myself. She's with me the majority of the time. She's with me all the time. I take care of her fully. I pay for all her bills. I pay for whatever she got, clothing, expenses, gym, extracurricular activities. I offer to pay for anything her whole life. Any financial gains?
Is she on your health insurance?
On my health insurance? She's on Medicaid. Or Medicare, whichever one it is for child. I forget which one's for children, which one's for elderly. I'm an independent contractor, so I don't have health insurance through my job or anything.
Ms. Bernie, you have any more questions for him as far as finances?
I don't. Oh, who's your employer?
I currently work at a church. You need the next actual name of the church.
Mm-hmm.
I work at
Yes.
Impact Church.
Where are they located?
In East Point, Georgia. I recently just started there 3 weeks ago.
Okay, what do you do there?
I'm a musician.
Okay, that's all I have.
All right. Anything else, Mr. Johnson?
Concerning what? Because and like I said, I'm not trying to be out of order or disrespectful or anything. I'm just not.
No, anything
Not-
else you want? I mean, I don't care about who pays the bills. There's allegations of violence. That's all I want to talk about is the allegations of the violence, not who pays what bills, anything else.
Okay, so as far as violence, like
Anything else you want me to know?
yes, ma'am. I've been assaulted. Speaking directly to the other incident, I was threatened when someone walked in the home. When her boyfriend was there on the incident in May, I calmly asked him can he step outside and talk to me and have a conversation with me man to man, because there was women and children in the home. We walked outside. We decided to try and discuss. I tried to explain to him and just have a simple conversation with him about what happened and about how our situation is set up to try and make sure he understood, my concerns about him being on the premises or staying at the home. I don't know why, another man would want to stay in another man's home, but I just wanted to have a conversation with him about that. He became agitated with me. And I actually have video of this whole incident from my neighbor's Ring camera from start to finish, where we're having a conversation and where you can see that there was no threat or whatever from me towards him. There was no screaming or yelling from me. I never agitated, never got excited or anything. He proceeded to flash it, to show his weapon to me in my own home. I had to run inside the house to get away from him. And his weapon, he followed me through the garage and then came around the front with the weapon pulled out. You can see all this on the video. He came in saying my home, screaming, yelling, causing the kids to cry, causing, you can see the weapon, like I said, you causing the kids to cry. He said, I'm going to whack this nigga, quote unquote. He threatened to kill me in my own home with children and them present. His son came out screaming, I want to stay with Blairberry. I want to stay here. And screaming, he get in the car. He agitated the whole thing. He was screaming, I ain't going nowhere. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. He said he made all type of threats of violence towards me. My girlfriend, who was the witness, was there present, saw his
Mr.
gun.
Johnson, I hate to interrupt you, but do you have a TPO against him?
I don't have his address to get a TPO against
Okay,
him.
so I mean,
No.
there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do to him. You don't have
Yes,
a
ma'am.
TPO against him.
And so she can't, she also,
So that's my thing, Mr. Johnson. So there's nothing I can do about him. So I don't want to hear about what he did. I mean, there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do.
She had him in the home. Is that not her responsibility?
You don't
That's what
have
the
a,
police was saying.
you also haven't applied for a TPO against her. You didn't file a counterclaim.
Well, because I didn't know, I wasn't aware that a TPO order was filed against me until.
Sir, if you'd have picked up the papers that were laying on the ground instead of having your girlfriend read them to you, and you would have read them. But I'm digressing. Miss Bernie, go ahead. Closing arguments.
Judge,
Go ahead, Miss Bernie.
Judge, it's remarkable that in Mr. Johnson's closing argument, the story became more elaborate than when he was testifying and he presented evidence to the court. All of a sudden, we start hearing about all of these various things that happened. And instead, he tries to say that Ms. Johnson punched him, kicked him, bit a plug out of his stomach. There was no TPO filed against her. There was no police report made of that incident. He did not seek any medical attention. What you do have in front of you is a police report that was made on the incident that formed the basis of Mrs. Johnson's TPO. Mr. Johnson admitted on cross-examination that he was charged with simple assault, which is indicated in the police report, and those charges are still pending. Notably, you also had the photographs of where he punched holes in the walls, which, by the way, he did not deny.
Can I speak to that?
So
we're closing, sir. Go ahead, Miss Bernie.
I didn't get a chance.
Mr. Johnson, you have had an opportunity. You wanted to talk about her boyfriend. Stop. Go ahead, Miss Bernie.
So we're asking for the TPO to be granted against Mr. Johnson. We are asking for the court to enter. This is the first time we've heard that he has filed for divorce. I'm not sure why he's not had her served, but that's great because she doesn't want to be divorced. We're asking for a temporary parenting schedule to be put in place from some sort of schedule Thursday to Sunday. We're asking for a reasonable amount of child support to be issued, and that's on a temporary basis. Obviously, we can deal with the rest of that with the Superior Court judge on the divorce. I'm happy to run a worksheet or whatever the court would like.
All right, we'll be glad to, go ahead, Mr. Johnson. Go ahead, Mr. Johnson.
Ma'am, I'm not allowed. I'm not sure what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not
Sir,
allowed
you
to
were
say.
allowed to, but all you want to talk about was the
No,
boyfriend.
ma'am, I want to talk about everything. I want an
You
opportunity.
didn't,
to talk
Mr. Johnson.
Well, I don't, because you keep, every time I say something, you
No,
got
sir, I didn't. I told you I didn't want to hear about you paying the mortgage.
I tried to talk about the incident. I tried to talk about, I want to speak to what's being said to me. I want to be able to dispute the allegation. I punched a hole in the wall because I was locked. I was stuck upstairs while someone was with a pistol. Me and my lady and my daughter were locked in a bedroom while someone else was at the door with a pistol, keeping us safe. I locked her out of the bedroom to stay away from me. I'm trying to protect and stay away from us. No one was in the room. Out of frustration of the incident going on, I hit the walls because I'm trapped in a room in my own home with my daughter and my friend, and I'm not allowed to. I'm frustrated because I can't protect myself because I'm unarmed. No threat to her. No violence towards her. I'm in a room locked by myself with the man standing downstairs at the pistol, with her and the man standing downstairs, and I can't leave because there's someone threatening my life. So I call the police because I'm trapped in a room upstairs. I punched a hole in the wall, hit the wall or whatever out of frustration because I'm trapped in the room. Not any violence or anything toward her. She's locked outside of the room. I'm keeping myself and my daughter and us safe from them. There was no threat of violence towards her. She was not in danger in that situation. So using that as some form of danger is insane. I locked us in the room.
Anything else?
Yes, ma'am.
What else?
Also, you say only speak to violence, right? Or am I allowed to talk about the house and in the way that they're trying to frame it that I vacated it and was not have access to it? I'm trying to make sure and be compliant, man. I don't want to be difficult.
You're not being difficult, sir. This is about family violence. They don't want you near the house is what their argument is. They
Yes,
don't want
ma'am.
you near her. They don't want you near the house. That's all they're
Yes, ma'am.
saying.
And I'm leaving. I want to live in my home. I do not want, I've notified her that I'm moving fully back into this home and I want access to the house to live there. I'm not going to live anywhere else. I want to fully 100% live in my home. And I don't have any problem with
She don't want you there.
That's fine. And I don't understand. So my question would be what rights does she have the more access to the home than
You
I
need
have?
to get a lawyer for that. This isn't rights time. I'm not your lawyer. I'm not your lawyer. I'm sorry. I'm not your lawyer.
Yes, ma'am. But so I'm saying I don't want to vacate the home. I want to live in my home.
Okay.
So I don't want to be barred from living in my home or having access to it. If she doesn't want to live there, that's fine. She can go wherever she wants. Her whereabouts, her whatever. I just want my property, my child, and that's all I care about. I can really care less about anything else.
Judge, he's admitted to the violence that was depicted in the photograph. He's admitted to the simple assault that's indicated on the police report. You have the evidence of Ms. Johnson about the prior incidents. We believe there's more than enough evidence for the court to issue this TPO against Mr. Johnson, to schedule a temporary parenting agreement so that there's no confusion about that, and temporary order of child support.
All right, Ms. Bernie, I'm going to go ahead and put this in place. We'll email you a blank order in Word. If you want, you can use that, what is it called? Exhibit A, the Fulton Exhibit A parenting plan if you want. You can still find that online. So you can fill it out and shoot it back to us, and we'll e-file everything whenever you get it to us.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, and Ms. Free, I think we got her email. I think it's on the calendar. We have Ms. Bernie's email, Ms. Free?
I think she does. I got the reset order. Yeah.
Okay. Okie doke. All right. Thank you. Everybody stay healthy and safe. Is it .net, .com? How's it?
It's .net.
Okay.
And you want me to do the parenting plan and a proposed order on the child support?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you. May we be excused?
Absolutely. Stay healthy and safe. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too, Your Honor.
Go ahead and leave. All right. Brown versus Kennard.
Here.
All right, can y'all raise your right hands for me? Do you swear or affirm testimony you're about to give in this petition for a TPO is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Yes.
All right, you have any witnesses, Ms. Brown?
No, I don't.
I'm sorry, Mr. Brown, Ms. Kennard, do you have any witnesses?
Not physically. I have witness, but it's only over the phone. So I don't know if that counts.
Is anybody on Zoom that your witness, ma'am?
No.
Okay, all right, so go ahead, Mr. Brown, tell me what's going on.
Yes, I got the TPO order from some incidents that occurred. The most latest one I have that occurred on June 7th, where me and Perlia was having a disagreement, and she ended up grabbing a knife from the kitchen, and she ended up chasing me with it, and pretty much attacking me with the knife. I got video footage of it, and I had to run out the house and go through the basement at one point. At that time, I took some video evidence of a cut on my finger. Made it back up. She chased me again at another point. I ended up getting a knife from her. And that was the end of that day. I did not contact police. And another incident that month happened on June the 7th, where she was just being verbally abusive, saying things like nobody likes me, my sister, my dad doesn't like me. She wish I was dead, stuff like that. She wish I died in my sleep, things like that. And she also jumped on me and attacked me that time as well. And I got video evidence of that. So that's kind of why I'm seeking this protective order.
So tell me what it is about the knife incident. What exactly happened?
We was having a disagreement. We talk a lot. We were having a disagreement. I believe it was about, it was probably concerning the child, with her, she's nursing, breastfeeding, doing marijuana. And it's just a disagreement. And one thing led to another, and she ended up grabbing a knife from the kitchen and chasing me with it. And she was telling me, don't call the police, stuff like that, because she, don't want to get the baby taken away, stuff like that.
Did she end up stabbing you with it, or?
Yes, I got some proof. She bit me on my chest. I got probably 2 cuts on my right thumb. I had like I got some type of cut across my chest that I got some proof of. Some across my shoulder, Yeah. It wasn't, I didn't get, it wasn't anything that completely punctured through that I needed to go seek medical attention. It was more so first aid. Yeah.
Was she arrested?
No, I did not contact police.
All right.
The time that I did contact police was when she broke down the bedroom door, and I have a police report of that. She did admit to that.
All right. And then what had happened like the first part of June 7th, that happened May 2021?
Yeah, June 27th. I'm sorry, June 7th.
Right.
Yeah, like I said, she was I don't know how it started. I really don't know, because they usually always start from disagreements, and it led to her verbally abusing, just telling me things about, how no one likes me. And, I guess assuming why we can't communicate properly. She's justifying why we can't communicate properly, saying no one likes me and no one, wants to listen to me, and nobody cares about you. I wish you were dead. She punched me, jumped on me, pulled my hair, even bumped the child during the altercation. She actually grabbed the knife during that time. The only footage evidence I got of that is me actually hiding the knife so she can't see it, so she can't get it, because I had got it from her before I could get any footage of that.
All right, Joe,
And as I was
show me any of the footage.
yes, yeah, I can screen share.
Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Okay, so I'll share sound here. Share screen. Yeah, this is some pretty graphic stuff here. So I'm just warning you. Come on, man. Stop. Hey, girl. Please stop. Can you hear anything?
Uh-huh.
I'm
Man, I
telling you
got
this
it.
right now, Mike, and I put this on my unborn baby life that just died, bitch. I'm there, bitch. You got me there.
Oh,
Put the phone down right now. I'm stabbing
I'm
you.
sorry.
I'm gonna go to jail anyways. Put it down.
her, I'm not
You
calling the
wouldn't let me
police.
call the police in the first place.
Her. Stop. Stop. Please, 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 please. At that point, you see me going out the door, running out the door. And you can see her through the window here, like closing the door and locking it. But I had the basement window open, so I got back in through the basement where I came and made this video.
This is a cut from me block, and also I don't know. You see a long gash punched me in the eye as well, but it's to get the what happened. This is Michael Brown. I am showing abuse, stab wounds, stab marks from the knife. I believe I have one on my shoulder here that's bleeding right now. There's a mark right here
knife.
across my chest. My eye is still healing. You see a bite mark
And you can see the big bite mark
on her
here.
chest here from her teeth marks. She pulled me by my hair.
So that was June 27th. June the 7th here. I started off, I didn't, I just started, which,
These are
getting
bite
evidence
marks
of
from
bite
her
marks.
legs.
June the 7th here.
These are bite marks from her legs.
And I pretty much kind of ran into the room to get the footage. And you can see I cut the light off here. I didn't know what to do really.
She's coming in the room. She's coming in the room. I'm gonna record this.
Everything to us. You do everything to us. You do everything to us. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? You do everything to us. You grown ass man. What's up? You ain't doing that now. What's up? Oh God, I can't. Fucking disgrace. My son gonna be nothing like you. You want me to hate you? I fucking do. You bitch. I hope you do die.
That's what she said. She hope I do
Last
die.
time, I repeated it. I didn't feel like that. Just cause you was the father of my son. But nigga, you an evil motherfucker. You
hope I die? You hope I die?
You evil motherfucker. I hope karma.
You hope
I
I
hope karma lay his ass on you. That's what I hope. I hope karma lay his ass
That-
on you.
I heard you.
Hard. Please die in your sleep. Die in your sleep.
Die in my
I send
sleep.
you in the side, have a happy life.
Die in my
Without
sleep?
you, yep. Go to sleep and die. Yep.
You want me to die?
Go ahead. Everything
I
that
don't
you
want
done put
you
me
to
and my
die,
son
Fred.
through, everything that you done put me and my son through, hell yeah, nigga.
I don't want you
So
to
that's
die.
what it's gonna take for
I'm
me.
sorry.
That's what it's gonna take.
Well, let me go. I'm sorry. I don't want you to die though.
Do that. Do that. What, you recording me? Let me see your phone. You recording me? You recording me? You recording me? Right. Don't like you. Your daddies don't like you. Your sister don't like you. Don't nobody like you. Don't nobody want to be around you. Don't nobody love you, nigga. Your own son barely love you, nigga. You don't even know the conversation me and Mason had, bitch. Don't even know the conversation me and your son had about you, bitch. He don't like you for real. He see through all your bullshit. And you think he just like he did everything. I can't wait to get my son away from this shit. My son away from this shit. You want to fight with that?
Stop. Man, the baby right there. The baby right there, bro. Man, hey,
Well, she pulled my hair.
bro, what's wrong with you?
He wanted it. You got it. You did everything to me, and you want me. You got it. I gave you everything you wanted. There you go.
I had hit the knife at another point. I just grabbed it because she
I
got
gave it all
close
to
to the
him.
wound.
I gave it all to
Bleeding
him.
under
You got it.
some clothes.
You got it. You got it. I give up.
She put the baby down, so I picked him.
Babe, you okay? Come on. Come on, Messiah.
She went out the front door at that point.
You okay, baby?
All right, so
Pearl, let me get out the door.
see, at this point, I'm trying to.
Let me get out the door.
Stop recording me.
I want to
I
get
didn't
out
say
the
I want to be
door.
recorded. Stop,
You don't have
stop
to say it.
recording me.
Man, this is-
I don't record you. Stop recording
I
me.
just want to leave
Stop.
out the door. Damn. Stop. Pearl, stop. Man, Pearl. Man, stop. Pearl, leave me. Man. Oh my God, man. What's wrong? Look, he's finna cry.
I hate you.
Look what
got
you
it.
doing.
You did this. You did this shit to me. You did this shit to him.
Bro, I'm trying to
You
leave
got
out
it.
the house.
You got it. He got it all, mama. He did this shit to both of us, and now he got it. And now you got it.
Man.
You want to take my
Oh, she
baby?
attacked me again
Oh,
right when I went to
God.
the baby.
I'm gonna die. You wanted me to be crazy. You wanted me to be psycho.
Phone cut off. And this is where I made it to the garage.
Leave me alone, Pearl. Get off of me. Pearl. Watch the baby. Pearl.
Final Royale, huh?
Watch the
Final
baby.
Royale, huh?
Watch the
You
baby.
recording me, I'm giving you a show. You recording me. You want me to die. Cause you know I don't got my baby, I don't got
Man, you got the baby.
You did nothing but batter me.
Man, you got the baby,
You did
man.
nothing but batter me for years. Me and my baby. Me and my baby.
Pearl, get the baby. Get my side.
So at this point, this is just footage from the Ring camera around the say, it's time stamp. Around that time, you pretty much see me leave the residence. I was able to get out. You see me leaving in the car there. I guess she didn't know where I was at. But at this point, I did not include my son into this order because he's not legitimated right now. But I did, go ahead and seek an attorney, and I filed, assault for legitimation, and she has been served. And that's what I have here on the screen.
All right, go ahead, ma'am. I'll hear from you.
Thank you. So as it has to do with that first video that he just showed on the first video that he showed when I was attacking him with the knife, I was attacking him because the entire night he had verbally, mentally, and physically abused me the entire night. He takes the phones so that I can't record him, or whenever I do get a recording of him, he deletes it because he has total access of this phone, the iCloud, everything. I have 5 police reports filed on Mr. Brown from his physical abusement towards me. Every time I retaliate a little bit after I take the abuse for 5 hours on end out, and I finally get fed up because I've been in a relationship with him for 3 years. I've been getting abused by him all through the course of these 3 years of us being together. I have multiple witnesses also that is willing to testify in this case that I just gave them the information. They will be getting on Zoom shortly. Willing to testify in this case that Mr. Brown has over and over again physically abused me to the point where I have five police reports. The reason why they're not in evidence is because the only phone that I have, he has access to, and I can't download any apps. I could not even download this app to even be on court right now. I have no money, no car, and the only phone I have is underneath his control. He is a narcissist, real narcissist. We have a 15-year age difference. Since I've been with Mr. Brown, anytime I asked to, first he isolated me from my family, he isolated me from everything. Then he takes control of the phone, takes control of the finances. Then he wiggles it in my face like, oh, if you leave, then you're gonna have nothing. That's the reason why I tried to co-parent and be with Michael Brown so long, is because I am now financially dependent on him. But in the course of our whole relationship, I am the one who has been providing for our son. I am the one who has bought everything that he owns. But Mr. Brown, because he knew that he was going to put a restraining order on me, because he didn't want me to put the restraining order on him first, because I had just got out of the hospital on June the 13th, because I had a ectopic pregnancy rupture. I went through surgery. After I got back out of surgery, the reason why I attacked him with the knife is because he kicked me in my stomach. He abused me all night because I was talking to a friend that he did not want me to talk to. So he abused me and my son all night, came in the room. I had barricaded ourselves in the room to try to keep him out, but he just would not stop. He took the phone, so I couldn't call the police. The only option that I have is to run to the neighbor's house and call the police at 6 o'clock in the morning, which I have done multiple times in these police reports, and I can give you all the case numbers. I was not able to submit them in evidence because I couldn't, because I can't download Dropbox on my phone. Like I said, I don't have any other devices to do anything. I only have one family member down here. She's been at work every other day. I had to take my baby to the doctor. I haven't been able to do that. So the reason why I attacked Mr. Brown on that first video is because I had just recently had surgery from a ectopic pregnancy rupture, and he kicked me in my stomach. He also abused me the entire time. And what you guys see in those videos, each one of those videos is a reaction from the abuse every single time. And that's all I have to say. I have witnesses. I have 5 different police reports. Each of these police reports, 2 of them is from neighbors' houses where I had to call the police and I had to run out the house from his abuse. The police came and picked me up. I'll read them. Upon arrival, Mr. Brown stated that his child's mother damaged his property. This is when he said, I busted in the door. Mr. Brown also stated that he does not believe Ms. Kennard damaged the property on purpose, that it did not happen today or at the same time. Ms. Kennard stated that she did damage the property, but it was only trying to get in the bedroom where her child was at. Ms. Kennard stated that she did damage the light fixture, but since it had got fixed, Ms. Kennard, basically all of these just state that he been taking the phone. He takes the phone. He stops me from calling the police. He deletes evidence, all the evidence. He deletes all the evidence, even all my receipts to show that I've been the one taking care of my son this entire time, his whole life. He deleted everything because he had access to do so with the phone, the iCloud. I wasn't even able just to get on here to even defend myself in court a little bit because I couldn't even download Dropbox or Zoom because he has it on parental control. But that's what he does. He'll turn the Wi-Fi off in the house. He'll turn the phone on. I can't even call out. Only people that I can call is the police. And then he'll stop me from doing that by taking the phone or barricading me in the house. The abuse has been going on for 3 years, and this restraining order is on me only because he thought that I was going to put a restraining order on him first. Because after I got out the hospital, I stated to Mr. Brown, this is too much. It's too toxic. It's too much. If you cannot not put your hands on me in front of my son. If you cannot give me basic respect, then I am going to put a restraining order in, and you're not going to be able to see Messiah anymore. So what he did was that, no, we can co-parent. We can do this cordially. We don't have to go through the courts. I don't want you to ever to feel like I know I was wrong for this and this and that. We can do this cordially. So we made arrangements that I would move out. I would go back to Ohio because I have no family here in Atlanta, which he knows. That's another reason why he preyed on me, and that I wasn't able to always leave his house as fast because I don't have barely any support here. So I also, a couple months ago, left Georgia to get away from him, took my baby to get away from the toxicity, to start my life over. I was there for a month before Mr. Brown came down to Ohio, asking to see his son, crying, saying he will go to therapy, he will go to counseling, all of this stuff, because his son wasn't paying attention to him, didn't really acknowledge him. So I said, okay, well, if you can go to therapy and we can go to therapy and we can be co-parents and we can do this right. Okay, I'll come back. I came back here, and that's when all this other stuff then occurred after I came back here. So he put this restraining order on me to protect him, which that's what he's been doing this whole time. That's why he's been deleting the evidence. All I have for my evidence for me, I don't have any videos or recordings because he deleted all of that. Every time he deletes it, he takes the phone, he deletes it. He doesn't let me call the police. Only thing I have is 5 police reports, and I have multiple witnesses. The neighbors are willing to testify. One time he picked us out on the side of the highway,
Ma'am.
and I willingly got
Judge
out.
Manning, could we just take a moment and put Michael Brown in a breakout room with me, please?
Okay.
Okay, all right. Let's see, hold on a second.
I don't know if you want to move on to another case, but I'll just be done for a few minutes.
Okay, let's see. I think you're a co-host, right? You can go. Okay, I put him in breakout room 1.
It's crazy. And it's crazy. He accumulated all of this
Oh,
evidence.
go ahead. I think you can go. You're a co-host, so go into 1.
This is crazy.
Hold on.
Every
Are you in
reaction.
Georgia? Ma'am, are you in Georgia?
Yes, right now I am still in Georgia.
Okay, hold on 1 sec. Let me see when they get back. Hold on. All right. While they're in the breakout room, I think I have.
Yes, here.
Is that right? Do you guys have
Yes.
witnesses?
Yes, I have 2 witnesses. I have my partner as well as my coworker.
Are they on here?
Yes, my partner is Brian Coleman and my coworker is Ainsley Montgomery.
All right, Montgomery. All right, Ms. Ponte, is it just you?
No, it's my twin sister. Present.
Okay. All right. And somebody just signed on here that's smoking. Ma'am, who are you? You're on mute. You're still on mute. Is that one of y'all's witnesses?
No, I'm not sure who that is.
Me either, but there's no smoking in my courtroom.
I'm so sorry, Your Honor. My phone was on, my sound was so low. We have, if you're wondering, we've got Miss Robin Stewart Amara is the children's therapist, and Roberta Robbie Mitchell is the nurse practitioner for Brooks.
They're not on here though, are they? I see Roberta.
Yeah, and Miss Stewart Amara is also.
Okay, I see her. Okay. All right. Now I was wondering the lady that was in her hair bonnet and smoking. I just removed her. I don't really allow smoking in the courtroom.
Okay, my sound was low. When I heard you say who's in here, I just thought.
No, I just removed her. She was on mute and she was walking with her shower bonnet on and smoking and not talking, and she's not a party, so I just removed her. No smoking in the courtroom. Ms. Allison, are you finished?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. So we'll leave Miss Walking, Smoking, Shower Cap or whatever, hair bonnet on. We'll leave her in the waiting room till we figure out who she is. All right. Anything else from you, ma'am? Ms. Brown? Excuse me. Ms. Kennard, anything else from you? Where'd Ms. Kennard go? Ms. Kennard? Anything else for you, Mr. Brown?
Not right now. I can answer any questions.
Anything else from you, Ms. Kennard?
No, besides my witness, I have a witness in the Zoom now.
Is she the one that has the that was smoking a cigarette and walking around with a
The prophecy.
Okay.
Yeah. That's my mom. She has been, I've called her multiple FaceTime. She's been one of the main witnesses to all of the abuse.
Okay. All right, where's she at? All right, ma'am, can you raise your right hand? You swear affirm testimony you're about to give in this petition for TPO is the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? You have to untake yourself off mute, man.
Your Honor, are you talking to me?
Yep, you're the only one. Go
Oh,
ahead.
I'm sorry. I thought you
No,
were
not
talking
you.
to
No,
me.
not you, Miss Aponte. The lady with the shower cap on. Or the
Okay.
hair bonnet.
I'm gonna put my-
Okay, there you go. All right, tell me what you know about what's going on with Miss Kennard.
Okay, I'm Pearlia's mother, and I
Okay.
live in Ohio. And since day one, this man has beat on my daughter. I have been on the phone where he has actually beat my daughter up, and I'm sitting here looking at my daughter. Then he will call me and start recording my daughter when she attacked him. My daughter just had surgery. She had her fallopian tubes taken out, and this man punched my daughter in her stomach. This man has put my daughter through so much and my family through so much. I sent my sons to get my daughter from Atlanta. She came here to Ohio. He convinced her to come back. And as soon as she get back, he started beating on her again. He only records what he wants to record. He don't record what he be doing to my daughter. I am so sick of this man and these games he play. I've never in my life met a person like this. He put my daughter out on the road, butt naked, kicked him out the house, her and my grandson. And he always talking about his son. You let your son get in the car without a car seat because you don't want to give it up because you mad because she left? Oh, you let your son be outside just in a diaper because you mad. He beats her constantly, but he'll record what he wants to.
Have you witnessed it firsthand, ma'am?
I haven't. My other daughter, she lives in Atlanta, and she has come to get my daughter from that house. It's been times that he was beating her and she would just like call me and I can hear it. The man has even been disrespectful to me after he didn't beat my daughter, and I'm trying to talk to the man, he disrespects me. I'm tripping on this restraining order. She the one needed to be putting a restraining order on him. But no, she's young and she felt like she was in love. And he took advantage of that. He's too old to even be with her. I am fed up with this situation. I'm shaking now, and I'm really upset for the games that he plays. He is so manipulative. I'm just over this. He's so sneaky. I can't take it anymore. I can't. I can't. I've been begging her to get away from him. Stay away from him. I sent my sons to get her. She was here. He manipulated her to come back. And then this stuff started all over again. I'm getting phone calls. He doing this to me. And he in the background yelling and screaming and being really disrespectful, calling her all out her name, telling her she ain't this, she ain't that. I'm going to calm down. This is the most disrespectful human being I've ever met in my life. And I'm done with this. I pray that Pearl, you stay away from him. That is not a good situation for you or your child. At some point in your life, you will start listening to your mother. Let this go. Let it go. Please.
I think we've lost her. I don't know where she went. She's not on Zoom anymore.
She probably upset because I'm upset. But Your Honor, my mother, my dead mother. I'm not gonna lie about this. This man has been beating my daughter. And he only records what he wants to be seen. He has cameras all around his house. Crazy stuff inside the house. You get, whew. This is the most narcissistic man I've ever met in my life. And I'm so afraid for my daughter. If nothing be done, just make sure she stay away from him.
Judge, can we take a break real quick and I speak to Michael Brown?
Okay, well, I think, I don't see her. I think she's gone. If y'all want to go back to the breakout room, y'all can.
Yeah. Mr. Brown, will you hit where it says breakout room, join, you're in room 1 and hit.
Ma'am, if you want to reach out to your daughter, see if she can jump back on the link, okay?
That'll give her time to get back on. Michael, do you see where it says room 1?
It did not pop up yet.
Go back down to the purple where it says breakout room.
Yeah, if you scroll down where it says room 1. Yep, you see it now?
Oh, okay. Yep.
All right, while y'all do that, I'm gonna, until she gets back on, I'm going to go ahead and try to knock out this other hearing real quick because I've got my last hearing that's on. All right, looks like where did Mr. Call all down. Looks like I think Mr. Brown was having some sort of internet issues or something.
Yeah, he's back. I just think his camera's not working, Judge.
All right. All right, Ms. Kenyard, anything else you want to tell me? Did you hear what your mom said? I can't hear you, ma'am. You're on mute.
The phone had died, so I didn't hear what she said.
You have anything else you want to tell me?
Other than the fact like he still has control over the phone, and he just does his best to go out his way to hurt me. It's not even about our son. It's about hurting me, controlling me, having control. And if I don't do what he and sound like he want me to sound, then I have repercussions to pay. I have consequences.
You have to submit.
Pretty much. If I don't submit, then I have consequences. That's why I have this restraining order. That's why, more than just that. But.
All right, let's see. Mr. Brown, are you still having issues? Is he still having issues with his camera? You want to text him and see or whatever, Miss Jill?
Sorry, Judge. I'm sorry. I thought that may have been him, but was it somebody else? What was the question?
Do you know if he's still having issues with his camera? If he is, I could just continue to.
Yeah, I think we should just continue it and move on to another case because I know he was having some issues with it.
Okay, if he's having issues, I'll go ahead with this. I'm sorry, Ms. Kennard. So I'm going to go ahead and just continue with this other hearing I'm having really quickly. All right. Okay. So as soon as Mr. Brown can connect with his camera, you and your mom can hold on. And if Ms. Schumann, if you guys get ready, just let me put a little bit more coffee in my mug. Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Sorry about that. I had a couple of emergency issues I had to take care of. All right. All right, so we'd heard from Miss Millard.
Yes, and Your Honor, just as a housekeeping, Miss Roberta Robbie Mitchell is the nurse practitioner with the Cho investigation, and it was brought up before the hearing. And I understand Ms. Wine's, argument that we've closed our case and that a rebuttal witness would have to wait. even a valid legal request. There are still no.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. I haven't finished my court case with the judge and I have police in front of me. So I really need to speak to the judge because I have police trying to take my child away from me and I haven't even finished court. I'm waiting for the other person to come back on the phone and now the police is here to take my baby away.
Let's see, Mr. Brown.
Yes. The police is right here. I don't know if can I turn the camera? The police is right here telling me that they're here to take my child away from me. And I haven't even finished to get no verdict in this court right here. I've been on the phone with you guys since 12:20 this morning.
I understand, ma'am. You're gonna go ahead and give them Mr. Brown's gonna get the child and you're gonna go show up back to court, file some sort of emergency motion and get in touch with one of the other judges and appear in front of them.
I'm sorry,
Mr. Brown's gonna keep your child until you guys can get in front of another judge. Mr. Brown, go pick up the child.
Until when?
Yes, ma'am.
You get in front of the other judge for the legitimation case, ma'am.
Until so a whole month?
I didn't say a month. I said till you get in front of the other judge in the legitimation.
The legitimation already, that says it takes 30 days. We haven't even.
Ma'am, call and speak with a lawyer. Ma'am, call and speak with a lawyer. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lawyers right here.
He's not even legitimated and now they can just
Ma'am,
take my
there's
baby
1,
away?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lawyers right here. Go speak with a lawyer. Mr. Brown, go.
And this is justice how? You haven't even told me no verdict in my case. You haven't.
I'm
even
telling
came
you
on the
right
phone
now,
to
ma'am, I'm
tell
putting
me
this in
anything.
place. Your mental health status and the way you were acting on those videos and with that knife with that child there has me very concerned for his safety and the safety of that child.
Okay, so what about all the evidence that I told you?
Ma'am,
What did
I'm
I
telling
tell
you right now.
I have 5
I'm
police
telling you
reports of
right
him being
now to turn the
abusive.
child over to the sheriff so they can give him to Mr. Brown. And the judge hearing the legitimation case will hear more about where the child needs to be on a more permanent basis. Right now, turn the child over and go hire a lawyer.
Quit playing with me, man. Y'all foul. Y'all court system is foul. Y'all real foul. Y'all real foul. Because she says she's concerned for my mental state and the well-being massage. So it worked. Now he got.
Ma'am, you should go get a lawyer.
You said go get a lawyer?
That's what you should probably do, ma'am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
My baby's getting taken
They're
away
all
from
right
me, so
here.
yeah.
Ashley Wine, Miss Miracle, Marcy Millard, Eileen
The
Schumann.
lawyer talked to Mike. The lawyer talked to him. Nobody talked to me though. I didn't get a public defender. Somebody put him in the
This isn't a
private chat,
criminal
but not
case,
me.
ma'am. This
But
isn't a
not me.
criminal case, ma'am. This is
But
not a
not me.
criminal case, ma'am. You don't have a right to a lawyer.
Yes,
I'm going to
they
go
put him in
ahead
the
and
private
remove
chat,
you
and
from
they
this
put him in the
meeting. I'm
private
going to
chat.
remove you from this meeting. I'm going to remove you from this meeting. You'll get a copy of this order. Jill, make sure that he's got the kid, okay?
Okay. And Ms. Millard, this is my last question.